Hello, I'm going to run through some very basic beginning stuff with SimplyAnalytics. I'm going to sign in as a guest. Now, first, you need to be signed into your FIU account for the library. I suggest that you do this from campus if you can, because it just makes everything easier. But if you're doing it at home, you need to be logged in through your single sign-on to the library, and then this will open. After that, this is a separate account that you have with SimplyAnalytics. It's not a great idea to set it up because you don't need your work to be saved. You are just doing this as an exercise. And that's the other thing I want to make clear. What I really want you to do is to play with this tool. This data visualization tool, right, is very powerful and is kind of expensive. And to just get an idea of how it works, right, that's what I'm really interested in. I'm not using it in a way that most people would use it. So frolic, have fun. I logged in as a guest. I get my welcome to SimplyAnalytics, right? I'm going to go through the brief tour because why not, all right? So they have a new project wizard, which you can use to put the place you're interested in. You can do this by zip code. You can do this by place name. You can choose all of Colorado or Denver, Colorado, or a zip code within Denver, Colorado, right? So you're seeing that there. If you look on the left side of your screen, right, you can see all of the building blocks, as they say, which is the data that you can use, right, in your project. And these are the views. We will be using the comparison report view, but the map view is kind of fun. And if you're interested in seeing a very clear visualization of, for instance, how household income changes across a space, which is what they're showing you here, it's kind of cool to do that. And then we can look here at the top and you can see sort of the options that you have for playing with it. We're going to be using this very basically, so you can play around again and see what you can get, but we're going to be taking it pretty easy here. There we go. I am going to use my zip code. Actually, I'm going to use the school zip code. How about that? You always want total population because of what I'm asking you for, which is the number, a very rough approximate number of people who match your demographics, or at least one of your demographics, in the area that you're choosing. So here we are. The yellow line is 33158, right? Here's campus. So what you're looking at now is a visualization of median household income in 33158, right? We have a lot of wealthy people here. You can see there's the dark red is median income of $106 to $250,000, $2001. Anyhow, and the data visualization is really cool, and if you want to use it, I absolutely would say it's fun. You can use it. But what is useful for our purposes is the comparison table. Not nearly as fun. So let's say I want women between the ages of 25 and 34 who are married and have at least one child of kindergarten age, right? So first thing I can say is I don't need to worry too much about gender because divide by 2 And roughly that is going to be half of, that's going to either be men or women, right? Half. So if we're looking for the number of people between 25 and 34, and I'm going to use a percentage, right? So what I see is that here's our total population of this zip code is 6,000. Of that, 5.44, right, of that population is 25 to 34, and we would figure that half of them are women. I can also look at, where's family? I think family comes under population. Right, here we are, family type and marital status. So these are children, right? And you can see there's a whole lot of options here. So if I were to say I'm interested in white children, right? Let's not do that. I want under 6 years old living with 2 parents. That's a possibility, right? Yeah, I'm going to go with that. You'll see that we can have child is a native, right, born in the United States, or child is foreign born, parents are foreign born, one parent is born in the United States, but just in general I'm going to say percent under 6 living with 2 parents. And what we see is that 24% of the population here is children, right? That says under 18 years. Okay, under 6 living with 2 parents. The parents are going to be older. I can almost guarantee you that if I went back into age and I chose 35 to 44 and 45 to 54, you would see that significantly larger numbers of people, right, fit these, because it's expensive to live there, and the older you are, the more money you make. And somewhere between all these 3 groups are our children under 6. But let's just pick one, which was 25 to 34, right? And then a quarter, you say half of those are women, and then a quarter of that, right, have children under 6. That is a really rough estimate. But it gives you a number, and all I asked you for was a number. What I'm really interested in you doing is taking a peek at the things that you can ascertain from SimplyAnalytics, like education, right? You can find out the numbers who are enrolled in kindergarten. You can find out, let's see, jobs, right? People who are enrolled in school or unemployed or not in the labor force, right? You can find the number of college attendees. You can find the number of people who have a college degree. Right? Something that's kind of fun is looking at market segments. Okay, never mind. Let's look at consumer behavior. Right? And with consumer behavior, right, this is talking about health insurance. Right? The number of people who have health insurance. We can also, if we're going to go with consumer behavior, where are we? Consumer behavior, take off health. Can also, it has information on technology use, right? Has a computer, which should hopefully be just about everyone. Right? Has a computer with or without broadband. Again, I am sure that virtually everybody in that zip code has a computer and broadband. I would have to take some of these things out, but you can look at business counts, you can look at election results, you can look at retail, you can look at health, right? You can't stack those on top of this because this is very specifically people, and these are not necessarily people, right? But you could start another project and go back in and take a peek at what the business counts tell you, what the retail tells you, what the finance tells you. But just to get the to get credit, I say there are 6,360 divided by 2. That's the number of women, of which 25%, right, are have children under 6. So, whoops, that's not what we wanted. That's here. 6,360 divided by 2, right? Times 0.25. This is the number of people with children under 6. Approximately 5%, so 0.05, maybe 0.06, right, are between the ages of 25 to 34, which gives you all of 40 people. So maybe that's not the best demographic. Maybe I decide after looking at that I really need to skew a little older. I skew to 35 to 44 years old if I am doing my kindergarten, right? Because I will have more people in that age range that I can reach out to, twice as many. So also understanding that, again, we're using this in kind of a very blunt force way, and it's only one zip code, although people do tend to go to schools that are close to them. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that helps you get the number. And remember, if you have questions, talk to me. I will run you through this. I will give you advice. I will, do everything but give you the number if you're interested in doing this kind of a thing.